What's up, everybody? Ebert42 here, back with some more Madden 19 MUT market discussion. So this morning, guys, we had these new packs come out, Game Changer packs. If we take a quick look at the odds on these, they are insane. You have a 69 or better percent chance of getting an 80 or overall or better, and then the tiers go 84 and 87. We haven't seen a pack yet that actually has odds on an 87 plus. So even though it's 4.5, it's still nice that they have a tier that's 87 plus. If we go take a look at what the gold plus packs are, these standard gold premium packs, these are what most people are, baselining things off of. And the tier on it is 85. So the tier on those is 2 higher, and the odds are even 1% better. And if we look at the 80% overall odds, I mean, it just blows it out of the water. It's like no, it's over twice as high, but it's not quite 3 times. I had some buddies open some of the Game Changer packs, and they were saying that they didn't get an elite in every single one. I want to say they opened up 1 million coins worth of these in coin packs, but they said they got 2 elites in most of them. So what would that be, 20 packs? And they had 2 packs that didn't have elites, so 10%. So these seem like pretty good packs. Like, you're going to make quite a few coins off of them. I found these Legends Fantasy packs to be ridiculously valuable because you're guaranteed an 84 plus elite option on the last round. So it's 100% guaranteed of an 84 overall or better. Most of the time that I was pulling these, I was getting 85s, 86s. Most of the cards that I was choosing in the final round of these were worth 50k, and I got some cards in the gold pack round that were elites as well. So if you guys want me to do an actual breakdown on packs and bundles, I was thinking about doing something like that. Let me know in the Twitch chat right now if you'd be interested in that, or in the YouTube comments on my YouTube videos. I would, the day the packs came out, I would try to get on and record what I think about them, how many coins you're probably going to get out of each pack on average, whether or not I think it's worth spending your money on. Again, I never think it's worth spending coins on pack. I do not recommend ever spending coins on packs. So if you're listening, don't spend coins on packs. But if you want me to do more of a breakdown on packs and analysis more on packs, let me know. That would be something I'd be happy to do for you guys in the future. But what these Game Changer packs have done, I'm going to take you guys over to MUThead quick here, is they've absolutely tanked the market. So I showed you guys this before, and we looked at these cheapest training numbers, and the numbers there, I don't want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. The spacing on these is so nice. Anyway, these numbers are like 71, and they used to be like 90. They were 90 this morning. We haven't seen numbers in the 75 since before the game was actually released. If you had Hall of Fame edition, these were around this value right before the actual release of the game happened. They've pretty much been at 90 ever since then, and what these represent is the bottom of the market. So if you keep an eye on these, when these numbers go down, that means the market's tanking and going down as well. I want to give this a quick refresh, make sure these values are the same. This is probably about 20 minutes old, and I wanted to talk about these quick because we can see this top card on here is an Alex Collins. It says it's going for 2,000 coins, and you're paying 66 per training value. So I went over this with you guys last week, but the number that you're getting there is from taking the value of the player divided by the quick sell worth of him, and that gives you coins per training point. And we can see if we click on him, he's already up to 90. Like, I literally just refreshed this, you guys saw that, and it says he should sell for 2k, and he's at 66. But if we go look, people are buying this card for 3k, 3.5, 4.5. This is not a good value for training. Okay, I was going to talk about this more later, but I want you guys to not blindly buy cards off this list. Make sure you're getting them for the prices that are listed on this as well. So anyway, we can see the market's going way down, and if we look at the market losers, a lot of cards have lost 40% value, and basically all of these are core elites because people are opening up a ton of core elites. So we're going to close this. We're going to look at someone like Eric Kendricks. We see when these bundles came out, his price just tanked. We look at Derrick Henry, same thing happened here. And we can pretty much go look at a lot of the lower core elites, and this is what their price chart is going to look like. So overall, we're having a gigantic market crash right now on core elites, primarily due to these packs. I had talked last week about possibly having a market crash over the weekend due to packs coming out, like Michael Vick or something like that. That didn't happen, but these Game Changer packs actually did make that happen. So the topper is really nice. Everything's really nice. Last week I talked about possibly investing in some of the core elites. So this is my video from last week, and I wanted to show some of the top core elite values. Now, unfortunately, the market tank today has brought down some values, you know, kind of across the board. But if we take a quick look at that same list again, we can see that a lot of these cards are holding their value, or they're just slightly a little bit lower right now. Even though the market in general is significantly down, a lot of these cards are still the same. They haven't gone up like I thought they would. I told you to invest in them if there was a market crash and the prices went down over the weekend. I thought they'd be a good investment for a week or two. Due to the market not crashing and them not seeing huge price drops now during the market crash, I'm going to ignore that advice. Last year these cards went up, but this year we can pull them back out of the sets. So I don't know that they're going to skyrocket as much as they used to. The ones that we see up here are heavily being used in team captain sets and similar things like that that are driving their value up, and people are still using the core elites on their teams, and that's why a lot of these cards are holding their value. I spoke with you about possibly making investments in some of these lower tier cards, either on the bottom of this page or on the top of the next page, in anticipation for like flashbacks and promos coming out, having higher tiers of these cards and people needing the core elites for power-ups. But when we actually take a look at a couple of these cards that have seen that happen, so we look at Darius Slay Jr. and the Honey Badger, he's on this list too. When these cards had flashbacks come out, they actually started going down a little bit in value. So this is the trend that I'm used to seeing over the past many years of MUT, which is basically people are playing this card and a better card comes out to replace it, and people don't want this card anymore. So the value is going to go down on it. It seems like there's a lot of passes from leveling up to where people can get like the flashback Darius Slay Jr. and power him up without needing the core elite, or possibly people that already had the core elite powered up are the ones that are continuing the power up trend, and some people that aren't powering up cards because they don't have enough coins for training are getting rid of this card. Regardless, when upgrades come out on the cards, we are seeing prices tank. So due to that, I am not going to further advise investing in any of these mid-tier cards. It's not the greatest time to sell them right now either, because there's a market crash. So you, if you were around my stream earlier, you saw that I was sitting on a decent amount of cards in this value, or probably in the next tab down from here, around this 50k range, that I had from pack openings, that I was wondering if they would possibly go up in value or not. We've seen prices go down on these a lot, so I am not selling those right now. I'm going to hold on to those for a little while, and hopefully they rebound from this pack opening. However, the lowest tier that I was showing you guys, you know, these Eric Kendricks 81 overalls, these 83 Derrick Henrys, 83 Glover Quinn, all of these cards are tanking a ton. You look at all of these price graphs, and it's this morning when the Game Changer packs came out, it just started tanking prices on a ton of these cards. We can see the coins per training, and these are pretty low right now, 72, 78, 75. So I actually think a lot of these cards are going to rebound in value. Once these Game Changer packs go away, I think a lot of people are going to quick sell these. They're going to make training out of them. They're going to become as rare as they used to be, and a lot of these prices are going to start trending back upwards towards what they were before these packs came out. I wanted to talk about fullbacks for an investment option. Fullbacks seem to be rarer in packs than other players. So we were seeing a lot of prices on fullbacks get inflated compared to other players that are the same prices as those, especially when we're looking at the core elites and even these higher tier gold cards. Like if we look at this Patrick DeMarco, he's a 73 overall that's going for 9K, and I can guarantee you that it is exclusively because he goes into the Bills Team Diamond set. So because these cards aren't being, this position isn't being pulled as frequently in packs as other positions, these cards are rarer and it is causing an inflation on their value. We could possibly invest in these if we think that Team Diamonds are going to hold value, or that we think those Team Diamond sets overall are going to hold value and other cards in them are going to go down. You know, I talked earlier before the video started in my stream about how if a card in a, if all of these base elites in the Team Diamond sets come down, something else from the Team Diamond set is likely going to go up to keep the Team Diamond set equal. And where we could see that happening, and where we are seeing some of that happening right now, is with these 79, 78 overall cards, and it may actually be the case on him. See, he went up a bunch, so it's probably the case that he is spiking, starting to spike a little bit, because he's in the set, and the set needs value change to keep it even. We are seeing some prices go down on the core elite versions of these cards. So I do have a Tommy Bohannon in my binder right now. We were seeing some nice market growth on this card. I was holding on to them. Unfortunately, most of that has been erased because of these packs. Again, I'm recommending that we hold on to these cards through the weekend into next week, and we hope to see some rebound. And I'm probably looking at selling him when he hits about 20K. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about power-ups and power-ups as investments. So if we look at some of the higher tier power-up or higher value power-up cards, a lot of these like Tyreek Hill, Antonio Brown, Deion Jones, Anthony Barr, Carson Wentz, these are cards that people are powering up because they have the base elites available to them in their level up packs. Especially the Tyreek Hill having such a high speed. His base card has a speed of 91, and I believe when you power him up you get a speed to 92. So a lot of people are using him for solos, and that's what's holding his value up. But what I discovered is when we got the new flashback packs out, we're going to look at Landon Collins. I believe he got a new card in one of the new sets that came out. He got a new flashback, and when his flashback came out, his price went up. You can see it had a 50% price growth. So we see the same thing for Honey Badger. When his flashback card came out, the power-up card for him shot up in value a ton. This one almost tripled in value, 200% raise in value. So potentially what we could do to see some really nice coin return is we could potentially invest in some of the power-up cards that are more down in this price range. You know, the sub 2K cards like Levante David. He's likely to have a card come out. He already has a base elite. He could get an 88 overall, and then this card could jump up a ton in value because people want to power that up all of a sudden. DeAndre Hopkins, anyone else that you see on this list that you know gets regular upgrades to their cards throughout the year, that doesn't already have an upgrade, and you may think get an upgrade for a promo that's coming up. These are going to be cards that you might want to look at investing in. Again, a great way to do this is to possibly go look at some fantasy football sleepers and grab some of their power-up cards, because it could be the case that those cards do well and get Team of the Week rewards or are slid into promos.